Radio!
Tonight will be a...
He fucked that one up. Radio!
Tonight... I cannot think about it.
This motherfucker. God damn it, the hell, what is it? Radio!
Tonight... I feel like everything... How am I'm just gonna say radio. It's better.
Alright, I'm starting this over. Radio!
Tonight is definitely a late night.
Come, call it. S-U-R-E-N-O. S-U-R-E-N-O.
For U-S-E, fingers in the air for the V.
S-U-R-E-N-O.
Watch the workflow with the numbers grow. From the booth to C, M-O-U-S-E, fingers in the air for the V.
S-U-R-E-N-O.
Watch the workflow with the numbers grow. From the booth to the pavement, ye's in command. Hardest record hitting all across the land.
It's him. Compo.
K-A-M-P-O-L-L-E-R-O.
Radio! Tonight is definitely a late night. West, homies. What you think of my, fucking son? What the fuck? Oh, what you think of my spyglasses, huh? Transitional, too. What? Yeah, that's crazy, right? I look kind of weird. But, the spyglasses, they record, they fucking, you get Bluetooth, all that shit. So, they're spyglasses. But, I don't know why I even got them, wasting fucking money for nothing. It's like a dumbass. I mean, like, hey, let's see what I could throw more money away for. Anyways, I got a story for you guys. It's a trippy ass story. It's not a jail story, but it's got to do with like some crazy shit. Okay. Obviously, I'm not gonna say who's who, but you know, and true story, which they're all true stories. Okay, trip on this. X amount of years ago, me and my girl, baby mama, she and me used to, you know, we were plugs. In other words, we served. You know, that's how we survived, because we were living in the hotels for about a year, homeless, and so we used to have to serve to survive. You know, we'd have to. You know, that was how I was making my money then, and we were Bonnie and Clyde up in that bitch, right? Well, we got pretty popular in his sense, and pretty busy, and there was a point where I didn't want no more people, right? No new people, and I said, and I never like did things the same. Like I had two plugs myself. I had one in the valley, San Fernando Valley, and then one in like Lancaster. I didn't tell anybody who my plugs were. One day, one of the guys that, you know, used to stop by and grab some shit, he told me that there's this white boy, and he's cool people, and he wanted to meet me because he needs a plug and shit, or someone to go in and partner up with. And it was just me and my girl, obviously, at the time. But I was like, nah, man, I don't want to meet nobody. Fuck that shit. You know what I mean? But the dude was kind of adamant to be like, nah, it's cool, it's cool. I guess this dude was, we'll call him white boy. And I don't want to say his name. Needless to say, one thing led to another, and he talked me into it. It's like against my own fucking better judgment. So I introduced to this. He introduced me to this dude, and you know what? That dude was cool as fuck. Like that. He's very I don't know the right words, but impressionable, charming. Not charming, because that's some fucking gay shit. I don't know the exact word, but very likable. Put it that way, very likable. And so we hit it off from the gate, from the jump, right? And long story short, we became partners because he needed a plug, and I mean, we just kind of expanded, got a little bit bigger. Well, it was cool for a while. It was cool. Okay, this is the one thing, but there was a red flag. Always pay attention to your red flags. And that red flag was, how come this cat who's in the dope game, how come he don't got a plug? You know what I mean? Well, I asked him, and he just said, something happened, blah, 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 and with the pricing. I don't know, he came up with some bullshit ass story, and I bought it. Whatever it was, I mean, I wasn't being dumb, but he made it sound real good. So either way, I bought it, and I wasn't really tripping. Excuse me. I wasn't really tripping because he's a white boy, right? I'm a homie, but one thing I told him is, whatever your shit is, whatever, you know what I mean? Fucking better make sure that none of my people, none of the homies, like, no matter what, I don't give a fuck about you and what you do, your thing, whatever. But I mean, not his thing. How can I say that? I don't want to get crossed up with no homies or whatever. Or I can't explain it. But the thing is, he's white and I'm a homie, and I know I just laid down some ground rules. We'll say, okay, we'll leave it at that. Well, this is the thing. So we were good for a while, man. It was cool. Like they said, the honeymoon process, right? Everything was good. But then, like shit started changing. Motherfuckers started like going down around me. Everybody was like, like getting busted. Bah, 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 bah. Even the fucking people that used to buy it from me, they're getting busted. It was like, what the fuck? And it started like everything was changing. And I know they're on me. This one cop, Marshall, was on me and my girl, man. He used to try and fucking get me everywhere, and they just could never do it. They always had the bad timing, you know. Okay, anyways, so what happened was, like I said, it was cool for a while, but like all good things, they come to an end, especially in that game. Well, when things started happening around me, like shit that wasn't making a lot of sense, I took a step back a little bit, and I was watching and just paying attention, like, I don't know, you know, and I just, something was just not right, we'll say. I just couldn't put my finger on it. Well, what ended up happening was this cat, he used to always ask me for, like, who my plugs were. And like I said, we were partners, but at one point, but I still didn't tell him who my plugs were. Never. You know what I mean? And he would ask all the time and shit, and I'd be like, why you need to know? I go and I get the shit. When I get the shit, I don't tell him. I tell me, if we need a re-up, then I'll just go, all right. But I would never tell him that he knew there was two. That's the only thing he knew. He knew I was driving down to somewhere, down the valley somewhere. He had no idea beyond that. And he knew that one was in the Antelope Valley, Palmdale, Lancaster. He wasn't quite sure, but I think he knew Lancaster. Okay. But he'd ask all the time, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't. I tell him, why do you need to know? It ain't gonna change anything. So why don't you let it go? Well, so he did. He stopped pressing the issue, but from time to time he would try, whatever. I was like, I didn't bite it. Everything was cool. Well, there's a lot of weird connections. I'm gonna connect some crazy ass shit. All right. Meanwhile, okay. So we're gonna put this on the back burner, okay, real quick, because this has like little branch line stories. It's gonna get kind of interesting. It's gonna get tricky. Alright. Okay, I go down to pick up one day from my dude in the valley, San Fernando Valley. And well, I'm meeting with him and we're doing our thing, you know, he asked me to do him a favor to go do some investigating, some research. And he said, I said, what is it? He said, there's a dude, I'm not gonna say his name, but I'll say the nickname I think they called him. If it ain't the right one, it's something like this. But he said, hey, could you do me a favor? This white dude came out of nowhere, and his name is Traffic. I believe it was Traffic. And the little nickname, not his real name. I know his real name. He goes, his name is Traffic, and he got, you know, somehow they were introduced, and but he didn't not introduce like face to face, like on the phone or whatever. So the dude wanted to move some serious weight, and my plug had got serious. That fool got serious weight. Okay, well, I mean like serious weight. Well, like straight from the border. Like there was no middleman. It was like straight to him. Anyway, so what happened was, that's so crazy, son. Is it better? Anyways, let me fucking cipher it. So he said, could you do me a favor? Go see what you can find out about this guy. See, just ask around. Maybe you find out. If you find out anything, let me know. You know what I mean? Because I need to know if I should even do any business with this cat. Because, like I said, it's a good deal, but at the same time, he don't know that he don't like this guy popped out of nowhere. I said, all right. So I went back to Palmdale, and I was gonna start asking around about this guy named Traffic, right? And no, I know you guys are thinking it's the same white boy, right? Nah, different white boy. But it all comes together, okay? So, like the first fucking day that that he asked me that, we go back up to Palmdale, and me and my girl, we were staying at this pad, okay? At the time, we were like renting a room there for like, I don't know, a short time, we'll say. And well, what the fuck is going on here? Okay, well, what happens is we're at this pad, and it's a lady, you know what I mean? And some lady, some fucking, well, rest in peace, because she's not alive anymore. Anyways, so my girl and her end up going to the Rite Aid or whatever that night. She asked, baby, you want to go? I was like, no, I got a headache. Next thing, I fall asleep. Next thing you know, I could hear a lot of talking and chitter chatter and all this shit. You know what I mean? And then my girl's back, and I get up, and that lady had some dude there. He came over. I'd never seen before. I was like, what the fuck? Some white boy, right? Tattoo on his face and shit, though. You know what I mean? I'll just tap back and shit, right? Well, so I get up, and she introduces me to this cat. Guess what his name is? Traffic. Right? So I'm like, oh shit. I don't say nothing. I play, of course, dumb. And I start filling him out, and we stay up all night. We get on a little sick one and shit, whatever. But I'm just, all his words. And I got one of my homeboys there at one point, and my homeboy's like believing everything this guy's saying. I'm not believing a word this guy's saying, because he's saying some off the wall fucking crazy shit. Like crazy shit. He's saying some crazy, talking about, trying to like impress really, really hard. Like talking about going to the local like fucking hotel and kicking in doors, like kicking in this door and then shooting this person in the face, and go to the next room, kicking in that door and shooting that person in the face, and you go to the next room, back to back. And I ain't heard of nothing like that out there. So I don't know what the fucking stupid ass son. maybe that's better. Okay, I'll hold it like this. So, his stories are bullshit. I don't know why my homie was believing everything he was fucking telling him, but that was crazy. And it has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with nothing. Okay, so trip out. So long story short, I'm filling this guy out, and he's okay. Also a very likable character, very likable, but very shysty. You can see now my partner, he ain't shysty. This guy, he definitely, you can tell he's shysty, but he's very likable. So I already have my whatever about him. I just he comes into play a little bit later. So that's the end of him. I called my boy, my plug. I tell him, nah, it's a no-go. I ran a little check on him, and his name doesn't come back good. That guy, and traffic or whatever. And I was sat there, and I met the dude, and I was listening to his stories. His stories are all lies. I wouldn't. I don't think it'd be a good idea, but he do what he wants. He said thank you, and that was it. He cut it right there. So for that part. All right, now back to this. So now I'm back to my partner. Well, okay. So, this is the thing. That guy Traffic, he had a girlfriend, and her name was whatever, but she's a Latina. We'll call her Latina. And my boy, my partner, white boy, he had a Sancha / girlfriend. Guess what her name was? The Latina. So these two had the same first fucking name. That's crazy. That Traffic guy and my boy, I'm not my boy, excuse me. The dude I was working with me, they both had the same name, doing the same thing, and plugging the same girl. Right? Fucking nuts. And we would see her, like when I would see old boy, he'd be with that girl, and then I see the other one, he'd be with that girl, because that other one ended up just Traffic, him just picking up for me from time to time. So well, when I found that out, and I told my partner or whatever at the time, the white boy, I was like, hey, whoop, Traffic. He's like, that fool's a fucking informant. He's a rat. I'm like, oh shit, are you serious? Because I swear to God, man, he's not really the type that'll be lying on people. That's for sure. So that was that, right? So anyways, I was done with him. Well, people started getting busted around me a lot. I started noticing, right? And I was tripping on that. Well, my partner, dude, he, like I said, he always asking for my plugs, and I would not give it to him. Well, one day he met, I forgot why. There was a situation though, and this guy, we'll call him C, the Lancaster guy. He met him, okay? And because I had to meet up with this guy, I didn't have time. I don't know what it was, but this guy was with me, so he met him. But so what? Fuck it, he met him. But that was it. He didn't. And then all of a sudden, he asked if he could get C's number. My partner did, and I'm like, what for? And he's like, because they had some little conversation. I was on the phone. And while I was on the phone, and they wanted to link up and do some other side shit on the side or whatever. So when I came back to the conversation, they're already like best friends and shit. And then that dude C said, hey, it's cool. I got his number because so we could like for some guns or something. I don't know what the fuck it was for. I have no idea. I don't remember. But I'm sure it was for those things I just said, and I shouldn't have said that. Well, I took that fool C to the side. I was like, look, dog, there's been little stuff that's been kind of making me feel kind of, I don't know, lately, and I can't put my finger on it. Honestly, dog, I wouldn't, if I was you, I wouldn't have that business, that relationship with this guy. You're better off just dealing with me only, and that's it. I mean, you can deal with who you want to, but I'm just saying, not my partner. Nah, because I think something's, I don't know, I'm investigating some shit right now, you know what I mean? So, he didn't fucking take my advice. I said, look, you don't take my advice, that's fine. But just remember, if anything happens, that's on you, fool. Because I'm not co-signing this cat nothing no more. Because there's some shit that's been popping up. He's like, all right, cool. But guess what? The first fucking transaction that they had, the first one, they went to go meet up, and I already knew about it. Well, people are getting busted around me, so at the same time, I call up my homeboy. My homeboy, Matt. Anybody who's followed my stories, he was there back in the beginning when I had that crazy wife stories about, like, fucking my homie Matt came and he picked me up and let move me into his house, and they took care of me. Well, my dog. Well, I call him up, right? Because he's when it comes to like stuff like this, he definitely knows the time it is. You know what I mean? That's his life. Well, I was like, hey, dog, shit's fucked up and da-da-da-da, and this, that, and the other, and I don't know what to do. Everyone's getting busted around me and shit. And he goes, look, bro. He goes, I said, so what, you got any advice for me and shit or what? And this cat I'm working with, he said, look, he goes, you got any work left on you? I said, yeah. He goes, how much? I told him how much. Wasn't a lot, you know what I mean? And he's like, cool. He goes, you got any cash? You got any money? I go, yeah, I got some money. And he, why, what's up? And he's like, okay, I'm just saying. So, you got some money and you got some work. I go, yeah. He goes, cool. Stop. I go, what do you mean stop? He goes, stop. Right now. At this second, stop. Call your boy, your partner, say you're out the game. Fucking spread the word to everybody. Like, just tell everybody that you found God or something, and or whatever, and say you're done. You're out. Period. And just, well, what for? He goes, just watch. And sit back and watch what happens. And then you'll be able to find out who's who and see what's happening, and things will work out in your favor. So I did that, right? At the same time, that dude was hooking up with C. Like, within, this all happened within the same couple days, right? Well, he went to go meet up with C, and I guess he got to work, my partner guy, but as soon as he drove away, both of them, the cops swooped on C, and they bust him. He was set up, and he was tripping out, like, what the fuck? And he didn't even have the goods on him. He just had the money, and they got him. They took him, and I forgot what all evidence they had and shit, but they took him. All I know is, he ended up. I just randomly, I was kind of curious how it would go. I don't know why this guy wasn't answering, so I called the dude that that was my partner, right? And I called him up, and he don't answer, right? And I'm like, what the fuck, he didn't answer? That's crazy, right? And then he didn't answer like all day, like the whole whatever. And then I was like, that's odd, but whatever, fuck it, because I had just got out the game like literally the day before or whatever. So fucking C ends up making bail, posting bond, and when he gets out, I'm the first person he calls, and he said, look, that motherfucker set me up, and whoop, whoop, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, that's your thing, your people, whatever. That's on you. I told you this. He wasn't a homie. My plug in the valley is a homie. My plug in the valley is a homie. This guy was not. Okay? So you know. Well, he told me that this fool fucking set him up. I said, you sure about that? There's some pretty stiff fucking accusations or whatever. He's like, man, it was a setup, fool. And I was like, oh, shit. All right. Let me get on. Okay. So, the first, I mean, I'm sure the story's been kind of boring up until now, but this is where the shit gets deep, okay? This is where all this shit fucking, everything fucking goes crazy. So, fuck. So what happens is, old boys got busted, right? But then he's out on bond. I'm blowing up my partner's like fucking phone right? And he's not answering. I'm like, man, what's up with this motherfucker, right?
In half a mile, use the right 3 lanes to take the I-405 south exit towards Santa Monica.
So I end up driving until my girl needs to go to his pad. So we go to his house, and his car is there, right? I'm tripping on that shit. And I look inside his car, and on the passenger seat, I bullshit you not, it's gonna sound crazy. On the passenger seat,
use the right 3 lanes to take the I-405 south exit.
On the passenger seat, there's a wallet. Apparently it was his wallet, was of his car. There's a wallet, some condoms, and some panties or some underwear, some fucking crazy shit. I swear this shit didn't make no sense. But I'm not making this shit up. But yeah, I don't know what that was about. But definitely his wallet was right there. Okay. I'm looking in, and then I go back to the house, and I'm banging on the door, bang, 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 bang. I'm thinking this cat's hibernating or something, like he been up too many days or something, right? It happens, you know, and that's why he wasn't answering for a couple of days. Bang, bang, because his car's there, right? And I figure, oh well, fuck it, he's not answering. I'll just, cause I know how to get in, cause I've been over there enough times where like I knew that in the back I could hop the fence, the wall, and then get into the backyard, because he never locked the yard door. He told me that, you know what I mean, that leading to his backyard, it was always open. So I figured I just go into that door and go wake this fool up or something, right? So then I was still tripping on the car. So since he's not answering, I go back to his car and I look in there, and I'm like, what the fuck, you guys? Why would they do that? You know, and everything else that's on there. But yeah, at the same time, but I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't have no answers to nothing. I couldn't figure nothing out. So he had this nosy ass neighbor, right? And she's just like one of them, you know what I mean? Those neighbors that's like, you know? Well, she was already on top of that. She's like pretending to sweep and shit, staring and shit. Like, she's over there sweeping sideways, but she's looking at me and shit, fucking weirdo. But, and then she started walking towards me because she sees me looking in his car. And I gotta say something quick, because I already knew I was gonna get no good results from this broad. So I was just like, I had to come play it good. And she comes up, she's like, excuse me, can I help you? Excuse me, why are you looking in so-and-so's car? Excuse me. And I was like, ugh. And I had to come up with something quick, right? So I go, so what I did, see, he had dogs. So I got mad, right? And I was like, I flipped it, and I got all mad, and I was like, fuck. I go, fucking dumbass, man. And she's like, well, excuse me? I go, I bet you he hasn't even fed him. And she's like, what? I was like, oh man, excuse me, ma'am, I apologize. He's a friend of mine, but he never feeds him. I love dogs. I'm a dog guy, and he never feeds them damn dogs. And so I even brought him a whole big old bag of food for it. They're like, shit, what is it? Is it because you don't want to get it yourself or something, right?
There are police reported ahead.
So what? So, right? And and so like, and I've been knocking on his door and been trying to get a hold for a couple of days, and he ain't answering, and I know he ain't feeding them dogs. So I figured, forget it. I'll just come over, jump the fence, and make sure that they've eaten, you know? And by doing that, man, she bit, boy. She like loosened up. She lightened up. She's like, oh my God, you have no idea. He is so irresponsible. He never feeds them dogs. I swear to you, man, you're such a good friend. And blah, 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 blah. And she just started yapping away. I was like, cool, you know what I mean? So it wasn't awkward anymore, right? Well, trip on this shit.
In 2 miles, take exit 66 toward Sherman Way, Reseda.
Trip on this shit. This is where the plot thickens. Trip on this. I swear to you, you're not gonna believe me when I say this. I said, yeah, like, why? What, you know something? What, like, something I don't know? He's not sleeping? She goes, oh, no. He hasn't been here in a couple of days. I go, no, how do you know? She goes, oh, because she's like, a couple of days ago, that was the day that shit went down, right? The transaction, whatever. She said a couple of days ago, whatever, that she said that he pulled up in his car. He goes, I was out there watering my lawn, and he pulls up in his car, right? And he pulls up in his car, and then the cop car pulls up behind him and just parks, and then he gets out the car and he messes with something, and then he closes the car, walks over to the cop car and hops in. I thought you're fucking kidding me. She's like, the fuck? The fuck? I swear to you. I said, so you mean a cop came and they arrested him? She said, no, he wasn't arrested. He pulls up, he parks his car, he gets out. The cop car pulls up as it's waiting for him, parks, and then he closes up his car and walks to the cop car and jumps in. And it leaves. And she said she hasn't seen him in a couple of days. He's not home. I couldn't believe, I was like, wow, are you 100% sure? She was 100%. I'm like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Okay. All right. I don't say, but thank you, ma'am. So she walks away. She ain't paying attention. I figure I got to break in that fucking car. And I got to fucking, I'm going to get his wallet.
In half a mile,
you know,
take
and,
exit 66 towards Sherman Way, Reseda.
And try to figure out some shit, right? Well, I'm going to break in his car, right? I feel the handle. It's not even locked. What the fuck? Open the door. Go in there. Grab the fucking wallet. So my girl's like, what are we going to do? I said, fuck, quick. I don't know how much time we got. Let's go. We rushed to fucking, it was like a Kinko's or Staples or one of the Office Depot was one of them. And they do copies. We sat there and fucking made copies. I made copies of every single thing in his wallet. Everything. I'm talking about, I didn't sit there and go through his wallet and wait to see like whatever, or try and see what I can find. No. I took out whatever I took out. Took a I guess a picture with my phone to the picture, flipped it, picture, put it back. Every card, every piece of paper, everything in his whole wallet. I took it out, took picture, and put it back in the exact same place. We did as quick as possible, and then hopped in the car, rushed back to his pad, and it looked like no one's been there yet because we weren't gone that long. And I put his wallet in the exact same spot
Take
that it was.
66.
Right? That it was. Well, so then we go from there, we go back to that place, that Office Depot, whatever. Or we did it, no, excuse me, I'm tripping. All right, we didn't go back. Well, while I was there, what's happening there? Oh, shit, I gotta get over. Okay, while I was there, we took copies of everything. We took photocopies of everything, right? And then we put his wallet back. So, and look at the time. So this is running real long. This story is running real long. So I'm gonna leave this story at this. There's gonna be a part 2 to follow up on this situation. So with that, without further ado, or whatever the hell, radio. Tonight is definitely a late night. Dale gas.
At the next